Okay, so that's part 1 done. It didn't take super long, so yeah, we'll go for at least one more.
Animus Organics. You think Central's right on this one?
I still don't think an AI, however powerful, could predict a crime like this.
However, if it does help us catch the mindjacker.
Central hasn't exactly been generous with the details. I don't really think we're gonna find anything here. There are other, stronger leads we ought to be chasing.
Time to do some cop shit. Company's front desk. At a big firm like this, you expect there to be manned 24/7, but the staff have disappeared. Your colleague, Dr. Max Lau, probably the only other case officer who could put up with your method of work. Technical jack of all trades and almost as unconventional as yourself when it comes to investigation. You'd be reluctant to say friend, as that would suggest a degree of emotional openness you're unprepared to allow to anyone. We got a blaster. The cell issue traveler. Like the civilian models in many ways, capable of making calls and running apps, the specialized model carried by cell possesses more powerful sensors and encryptions. The traveler's sonograph is picking up very little ambient activity in the building. Okay. So it's got a sonograph. Electroshock weapon with an output of between 2 and 8 million volts. That's a lot of volts. Tool uses an ultraviolet laser to ionize a channel of air, allowing electrical charge to pass from the device to its target. Well, intended as a compliance tool rather than a lethal weapon, care must be taken in its use to prevent accidental fatalities. Core. Okay, so Cell's the organization we work for. Okay. An expensive looking car sits on the road. If you were in a worse mood, you might be inclined to take it.
I always make sure this is the car we take out.
They're all the same, Charlie.
No, they're not. This one's mine.
Alright, well, can I interact? Well, you technically have the authority to commandeer vehicles for sale business. Central would need a very good reason to override the car systems. Though you don't get Central's predictions much credibility, you'd still better investigate. It'll make proving it wrong that much easier. Alright, looks like I gotta take care of something between games. That's fine.
Hey, Lau.
Yeah?
Tell me about the Mindjacker case.
Count of the number of times the Mindjackers struck.
In Newton or globally?
Oh, just a figure of speech. He's been on the rampage for too long, but now he's in our territory.
Should give us the advantage.
Let's hope. Previous Mindjackings.
To link the previous Mindjackings to one suspect.
It's the MO. Historically, mindjackers have used some kind of external gear. They use another system to extract, before storing it in their own neural tissue.
So they'd need a terminal.
Which is usually how we catch them. It's conspicuous.
But are mindjackers not behaving the same way?
No. His tools appear to be built into his own bodily wetware system. Some kind of resonance imager in his body, maybe.
Whatever it is, it's less invasive as well.
Exactly. His victims suffer massive hemorrhages, but no external injuries. State of the art, but a dead giveaway.
So he's stealing memories or what?
So, Central predicted our mindjacker was going to strike here.
You don't trust it?
I just don't understand how it came to that conclusion.
Obviously, we're doing our jobs right. We collect data, which Central interprets. Based on that data, it maps a pattern.
But why isn't it a pattern that we could see?
It's not only us. Central's got all of the city, the whole net to draw on.
I don't know if I trust that.
How it's come to the conclusion where the mindjacker will... Does it think we can't understand?
Strike, sorry.
Is it concealing something?
Just be glad we've got an advantage like Central.
I still don't like it.
Alright.
You don't like that Central...
It's not how investigations are supposed to be
I thought it would be the same thing, my bad.
You're afraid your job's going to be stolen by machines. Kind of like weavers, factory workers, authors.
Just how old do you think I am?
This was made a long time before generative AI came up, too.
Kept from me.
At least we weren't at the ChatGPT level at this point.
It works for us as we work for it.
Alright. Any more about the Mindjacker?
Any ideas about
There we go.
perp?
The fact that he's stealing data straight from living neural wiring is disturbing, but it tells us a couple of important things.
Oh?
Well, previously caught minejackers have usually burnt out after 1 or 2 attacks. Sharing a whole other's brain worth of data is pretty taxing.
Yeah.
So you're looking for someone with a really specialized wetware setup in their heads. Pity that won't tell us what they look like.
The other problem is how slippery this guy is. Only fragments of appearances on camera, no clear witnesses.
Which means he's either a master of disguise,
Or there's some pretty high-up collusion to hide him. That wouldn't surprise me if he were a business hire.
still, after this many hits, he may start to slip.
Even if it's just his psyche breaking.
Let's talk about the company.
Animus Organics.
That's what the sign says. They're one of the city's largest computational biotech firms.
What do they make?
Wetware mostly. Wouldn't be grown here, probably in Eurofed.
This place is just the offices?
Regional headquarters, Central tells me. Do we know why it predicts the next attack will take place here?
It won't share that with us. Need to know. A high-tech firm like this must have secrets worth something to a minejacker. Wetware,
Tell me
huh?
more about wetware.
Specifically for forming neural connections between systems. The blue stuff. The nano machines keeping the modern world running.
It's funny. When I think nanomachine, I picture tiny gears and turbines, when really they're just bits of proteins in macromolecules.
They still perform all kinds of mechanical tasks, just smaller.
I guess I'm technically more of an expert in them than you are. I used to make them for a living.
Yeah, but you wouldn't know what to do with them anymore. Organic computing, that's my field.
Let me know if you find anything.
Will do, Regis.
Okay.
Hey, anyone there?
Doesn't look like anyone's around.
Alright. Is there anything else we can look to here? Okay, we got an elevator. Anything on this side? Elevator appears to be the only route to the higher floor. Security must be a concern here. Control summoning the elevator. Keycard slot sits below the panel. Might have to do a little interface with the gubbin.
The elevator's locked. Panel says authorized personnel only.
I guess we need to find someone who counts as authorized then.
Let's see what's in the news. Here we go. Escape, it's never too late. Oh, I can't like click through to see what that's for. Alright, Eurofed adopts metric time. Continuing a long-standing process of standardization, the Parliament of the European Federation has today ratified the uptake of metric time across the 64-member union. The measure, signed into law by EF Prime Minister Jacqueline Santini at 6:52:80, 15:40 p.m., is planned to be rolled out over the course of the next 4 years. Under the scheme, the measure of time of day is divided into 10 hours, each with 100 minutes, made up of 100 seconds. Santini, whose Federalist Party have been one of the keenest supporters of the new policy, greeted the change enthusiastically. Computing commercial time measurement has long been carried out with a metric scale with atomic timing, and the division into 24 hours has itself merely been an arbitrary convention of history. While commonly referred to as metric time, the measurement of a day into periods of 10 should be more accurately known as decimal time. Internationally, the EF's policy has gained little traction, if not outright criticism, with some leaders condemning the changes as unnatural. The Oceania Cooperatives government was less emotive, issuing a statement that though the change was one demanded by the European voter, which we will respect as a democratic institution, they made clear that the OC has no plans to adopt any similar measures. Okay, what's going on in sports? Kabaddi. I guess that's the game, okay. Newton 55 versus the United Arab Emirates. I can't talk tonight. How's the weather? Currently dry with light outbreaks of rain expected later this evening. 12 degrees Celsius. Oh, they still give both. That's nice. That's pleasant. Pleasantly cool. Midday UV index 7 to 8. Use SPF 30 plus and wear protective clothing. There's a high UV index. Day and night for staying indoors. Okay. Alright, so what does this thing do? Laser, paper, stone. God. Rock beats laser, paper beats rock. Laser beats paper, okay. Laser is scissors, okay. That's all I need to know. Alright. Always bet on rock. Alright, I don't know if it has a set pattern. I'm just gonna trying to play it. Alright. I'm only doing this because I feel like there's an achievement for it. Alright, I was going for paper, but I'm glad it misclicked. Oh. Seriously? Oh, come on. Alright, hope. I also don't know if the computer has a set ammo or not. Alright. So rock, laser, and papers. You must wait 1,000 seconds before you can play again. Purchase some THE. Oh, it's THE again. Of course, there's a free quote to play. Oh, it does count actual seconds, though. That's kind of funny. We could call Central, I guess.
This is Regis. Come in, Central.
Central standing by.
It looks like the same icon that guy was talking to. Although it could have just been masked. Whoever presumably blew up the apartment.
Status report, Central.
All operations within centralized emergency logistics nominal. Anti-civil activity index within tolerance at 0.004. Weather forecast, dry. Highs of 12 Celsius. UV index of 8.
Less general. Updates on the case?
Data, Dr. Regis.
Okay, thanks.
Why did that sound different?
You don't usually make predictions on high-level cases like this, Central. What's different about this one?
Limited progress was being made through conventional investigation. To expedite the investigation, I was tasked to provide more direct oversight.
Requested intervention.
Hey, are you saying we can't do our jobs right by ourselves?
I am a civic coordination AI, Dr. Regis, with responsibility for 9.4 million inhabitants. Slander of colleagues will produce no gains for the city.
Oh, yeah.
A fact which, on occasion, I would hope you would pay more attention to.
Whatever. Alright, how'd you arrive at this conclusion?
You think the Mindjacker was going to strike here?
The professionalism of the attack suggests that these are not merely random targets. Though the reasoning behind the attacks remains vague, patterns formed from previous incidents. The probability of tonight's attack was sufficient that it warranted investigation.
Were you going to explain those patterns at all?
Using data gathered by myself and Dr. Lau. But since we haven't found a pattern in our work, I guess that you've got more sources than us.
Correct. However, that information remains classified.
Huh, what a surprise.
You remain skeptical, Dr. Regis?
It's not how I think of detective work, Central. I don't believe human behavior is something you can just map.
This is true.
Research in probabilistic sociology would disagree.
See.
Alright. Talk to me about the case.
What's your take on the case, Central?
An individual of unknown origin is prosecuting a global series of attacks. These involve the removal of data from the minds of victims. Invariably, the speed of the process has had a deleterious and fatal effect.
Okay.
Yes, those are the facts. But what's your opinion on the matter?
All we have are facts, Dr. Regis. These must be analyzed in order to apprehend those responsible.
And that is why AIs would make lousy detectives.
Cell retains an investigative corps of specialists such as yourself, Dr. Regis. Your role is in no danger, you can be assured.
I never said I thought it was.
Though you may not be neurally linked, and I am unable to directly access your mental activity, a lot can be learned about an individual's thoughts by observation.
Great, so we're a body
What
language
do we know about animals?
reading AI.
organics?
Fantastic.
Firm,
We're dealing with, I should say, we not are.
mechanical products.
Again, I can't talk tonight.
Stock in August 2044. Currently sitting board members include
Okay, maybe that's a bit too much. Why do we think the Mindjacker's going to strike here?
the projection has been based upon previous targets. Using a Markov German distribution map, outlying variables can be.
Statistics aren't really my thing, Central.
You would have been unsatisfied with. It's beyond your comprehension.
I guess you're right. Regis
Thanks.
out.
Okay. So let me do something real quick here. I'm just gonna refresh my dashboard. We're good. Alright. Can I search reception or? Oh. Well, I guess we found our authorized personnel.
What the hell?
What'd you find?
A security card. This man was custodial staff, a janitor.
Probably not our Mindjacker's target then.
Still, I don't think this was an accident. We need to find out what's going on.
Yeah, usually janitorial doesn't fall out the window. Fortunately, nobody was inside the car when the fall happened. You're pretty sure, at least. I was a victim of a long drop, but from where and why? Probably up there, for starters.
A security access card with a holographic patch.
Okay. Let's elevate. That's not how I thought we were going to get it. I thought we were going to have to, like,
It's
commandeer entry into the car.
Must be where its owner was working.
That's fine. We'll find the floor he fell out of. Oh, yeah, I'll do it. I was gonna say I'm loving the visual presentation, like the fade in from the windows. It's good.
burns all around the planar nodes in his wetware wiring.
So we got.
This is our mindjacking victim.
Central was right.
The attack was recent, maybe minutes ago. The mindjacker was probably interrupted by the janitor who ended up on the street.
There's only one other way out of here, to the roof. We need to get up there before he escapes again.
All right.
The attack was recent, maybe minutes.
The mindjacker didn't want any witnesses.
Oh, okay, that's
Probably
different.
didn't mean to send him out the window either.
That or the janitor was a delivery system, like maybe dump the data into the janitor and then threw him out the window to pick it up downstairs. I'm just conjecturing at this point because I have a feeling things are going to get increasingly weird.
His ID badge says Gerbach, Avery. He's an HR supervisor.
Oh.
If the mindjacker's in corporate espionage, it's a pretty strange target.
Have Central run his data. See if it can flag anything.
Maybe he's trying to get dirt on people. Terminal's still unlocked, apparently in use at the time of the attack. Okay, so we probably need to dick around with that. Desk phone's projection shows unanswered messages. Plaque identifying ownership of the office. Roy Artwood, HR Operations Manager. This must be who's in charge of this floor. You have no idea whether these charts mean the company is doing well or going bust. Amongst all the economics and business speak, the only word you recognize is wetware.
A roof access door.
From the keep
A roof
what's
access
that?
door.
From the keypad, I'd say it looks like it auto-locks.
So we need to find the
This
code.
keypad must be to stop people getting up on the roof.
It's old-fashioned, but effective. Kind of like you.
Hey.
Alright. Can't read the charts. Oh, there's a locked one too. Okay. Terminals are in standby mode awaiting their user's return in the morning. Can we interface with the body at all?
His ID badge says
Oh, we did that. Okay. Cool.
If the mindjacker...
Have Central run his...
Alright, let's get the messages. Marcus Dorset. Maybe call them afterwards? Try the terminal first. You prioritize who to call. Alright. From Roy Atwood. The time and place for the transit, it's not up on the roof. Yes, it's private, but it's also extremely dangerous. Therefore, management asked me to keep the roof access locked. Unless it's an emergency. FYI, trance cravings do not count as emergencies. Seriously, Avery, you're great at your job, but you need help. So he's taking them like smoke breaks. From what relations? Customer relations. The management of Animus Organics would like to remind colleagues not to make statements to the press regarding product safety. Uh-oh. An investigation into recent high-profile exponential wetware growth, or gray goo, accidents is underway and will be released when completed. Okay. Yep. Exposure conditions to Avery Gerbach, which is misspelled. Please be aware that tomorrow's midday UV exposure index is expected to peak at 8. Your genetic background indicates a propensity to melanoma. Please take extra care in order to maintain long-term health. The Newton centralized government advises you to restrict outdoor movement after sunset, except for vital. It's feeling a little nanny state-ish here. Alright. Salmon Kutham. Hey man, just want to say, big grass in the engagement. Oh, that sucks. She's a really swell girl, and I know you guys are going to be so happy together. Catch you after work at the den? Sal. So we don't have a name. There weren't attachments on any of these, right? I could try refreshing the inbox for anything new, too. Nothing new in the buffer. Okay. So... maybe check the office, too? I think the Cuble's gone home already. Okay. Atwood Roy, that's the boss. Marcus Dorset. Your own is the closest to a femme sounding name in here, but...
Hello? Do you know what time it is?
Sorry, wrong number. I think I found the office manager's contact.
Okay.
See if he'll help us. Remember, be consistent when you're talking to him.
Oh, great.
What? Who is this? Do you have any idea what time it is?
Mr. Atwood, my name is Dr. Regis. I'm an investigator for Cell.
What? I mean, what's happened?
Okay. There's some trouble at your
We're
office.
investigating a serious incident in your workplace. I need to ask you a few questions.
Oh, Nuke, what happened?
Okay. Could you give us access to the roof?
We need to get up to the roof from your office. We have reason to believe someone we're pursuing has made their way up.
Oh, jeez. Well, I'm the one with the code, but management's ordered me not to let people up there. That's why we've got the lock in the first place.
Okay.
This is a serious incident.
Trying to
Mr.
remain
Atwood.
consistent,
Time
so.
is slipping away, and a serial killer might be as well.
What? Really?
We need your assistance to bring him in. Do you think you'll be able to help us?
Sure. I'll do what I can. You want the roof code? It's 6167.
Thanks.
All right.
Other Cell agents may contact you later for more information.
Sure. No problem.
Okay, code get. I keep calling people. See if we get anything funny.
Ja, det är ju krossmönstersmonterar då.
Sorry, wrong number.
Why are you calling me right now? I'm at work. I told you we'd talk about this later.
Sorry, wrong number.
Hello, it's Pat. If you wanna give me money, I'm busy. If you wanna borrow money, go away. And if you don't wanna talk about money, don't ever call me again. Cheers.
Sounds like a loan shark.
Hello? Is this David? Listen, man. I know I have some explaining to do.
Sorry, wrong number.
Alright. So 6167 was the code.
Hello, this is Philippe. I am away on assignment at the moment for 1 month. If you wish to leave me a message, you can do so after the beep. Or if you have a story, please contact the news.
Okay, so you had it said news in the thing, but Philippe at the news. Interesting. Alright. Let's save. I do like that it auto registers the time. I know I saved over the first one, but I'm just gonna. Oh, it even puts it up on the screen for me. How nice. Alright.
Come on, we've almost caught up with him.
What is this guy?
The Mindjacker!
Freeze, cell agents.
Alright.
Lay down your weapon and put your hands above your head.
Does that ever work?
Sometimes. It was worth a try.
Okay, hope.
The only way off this rooftop is down, either with us or over the edge.
Frankly, the second one's fine by me.
I like her. Bye.
What?
Oh, that's even more annoying. Full-on animated cutscenes. What a delight. And a flying vehicle.
What? He had lifting gear?
He's escaping by aerostat.
Central, our mindjacking suspect has fled the scene by air.
Interceptors dispatched. Delcorp officers have arrived on...
Sorry, but we've been playing Disco Elysium so much lately. Aerostat sounds a lot like aerostatic.
We were so close.
Alright. Oh, fuck that guy.
Lau, Max,
Okay, not dead.
were you sleeping on duty?
Sleep? No, I was trancing. For work, of course.
Dr. Lau
Of course.
was submitting her case report.
Thank you.
We're so close. Have you found the aerostat he escaped to?
No records have been found of such a...
I guess it would be an easier way to interface without also, like, risking being recorded.
Aerostat present at that time, and no communications traffic has been identified regarding the aerostat.
Maybe he deleted them? Covered his tracks?
That would require access to an improbable number of systems, including my own. Such an undetected intrusion into central systems is implausible.
Are you saying we're lying?
It is possible that you were mistaken. Human error.
Alright.
For the moment, you are advised to pursue other lines of inquiry.
If you say so. Something's going on here.
Alright, we got some screens. Screens run through all the available data pertaining to the Mindjacker. Number of cables run directly into the building's electrical and data flow systems from Lau's desk. Apparently her customized wetware gear sometimes requires tremendous resources, and she doesn't care about how many of the building's technicians complain about her pulling floors open. Lau's already settled into her desk, might as well let her handle the case report.
I spend as little time as I can working on there. That's how I get results.
Anything else?
The way out.
Alright, we got an ad coming up, so we'll save there. And I will be right back. Alright, sorry about that. I wanted to take care of that thing I was going to do between games. I thought I'd be quick enough to get it done now, so it's done. So I don't have to worry about it. Cool. Anyway. So, let's see if we can't get some... Oh, preferences set how we like them. Okay. Talk to Lava what happened.
Yeah?
What do we do now?
Any ideas where we can look next?
I thought you were supposed to be the lead on this case. We could look into that other lead. What was his name?
Gil Vanderwall?
Yeah, that's the one.
Gil Vanderwall.
Made it pretty clear he wasn't going to speak to.
Who's that guy? Was he on the phone
It's
list?
apparently not your strong point.
I like to speak my mind.
I'll contact
So do I.
him and see if he's more open to persuasion. He might cooperate if you're not there threatening him with physical injury.
He's a dyed-in-the-wool felon. He deserves worse.
But if he can help us...
Oh, but he's a judgmental guy. Let's talk about the
We
Vic.
found our latest casualty.
Damn it. Why him, though?
I was wondering the same thing. We're assuming the Mindjacker's a data thief. The usual MO would be to target valuable info he can sell on the black market.
But this guy, He was an HR administrator.
Apparently a very good one, but not the kind who'd be let in on company secrets.
Again, maybe he's dirt on somebody.
Mindjacker when we catch him. Let me know if you find anything.
Will do, Regis.
Okay.
Trying to tidy Lau's desk for her is a battle lost before it's even fought. That's what she says, like it was something from the art of war.
Yeah, most of the stuff in the Art of War is like super obvious. Oh.
Central's fisheye cameras. Someone has covered it in tape.
Better not. They're already starting to suspect it's your fault the cameras need to be replaced 4 times in a year. Oh, I guess I'm the someone. What's this? Oh, family photo. Big Show and Charlie, May 2066. Oh, and we have a name for what the cell stands for: Centralized Emergency Logistics. Anything new in the news? Nope. Holidays in orbit, baby. I guess they didn't get Kessler here. Class 4 information larceny with composite harm to health of individual targets, i.e. mindjacking. Yeah, that's just the case. Here we go. Beginning of March 2087, a string of data theft attacks have been carried out within Newton. Using a process of resonant modulation with subject's neural wetware, the informational contents of individual victims' brain is being destructively removed with fatal consequences to targets. Victims to date, 18 in Newton, unknown global. Identity not known. This appears exceptionally skilled at infiltration and may have inside help from larger sponsor. I'm guessing that's who the voice the guy was talking to was. Case specialist Regis and Lau are assigned to compile all available data on Mindjacker's activity, including investigations of the latest targets, for analysis by Central. Okay. Email from Null Node. It is important that you download and activate this package in a secure location as soon as possible. Tell no one. Lives depend upon it. That seems like a virus. Unsure who this might be. Although it wasn't vibrating like the virus was, so. As much as you dislike the Cloak and Dagger approach they've requested, you'll take any help you can get right now. Hey Charlie, why are you hugging Lau so much? The rest of us need a wirehead on cases as well. I can probably guess why you're not letting him go over. Well, hey, but seriously, man, give the rest of us a turn. Don't be a douche. I'm married. As per our discussion at your last checkup, you still have not opted for enhanced neuroconnective wetware. While not yet critical, please remember that your work will be increasingly difficult as support for non-mobile systems is phased out. EFR medical support. Oh, but that means we're probably immune, or at least harder to get mind-jacked if we don't have an interface. Charles Regis, your monthly payment of 8,100 Q-Bucks for the rental of the Tier 42 Northwest Balcony Garden has been processed. Approval for continued use granted by E. Vargas, Centralized Administration. Thank you for your continued contribution to the city's green skyline. That's cool. Continued vandalism. Dr. Regis, the optical feed from your office is no longer functional. Based on past examples of your behavior, I believe it likely to be by your own hand. While you may be subject to perceived surveillance, please recall that this is for your safety and that of the other cell staff. Yeah, fuck that. This is the guy. Gil Vanderwall. No. Apparently my previous answer was unclear. No, I will not help you with your investigations despite your crude threats. If you continue to make baseless accusations about any supposed ties I am alleged to have with organized crime, you shall be hearing from my lawyers. Dr. Petra Weissmall. I Charlie, I'm afraid it doesn't look good regarding Baxter. Servers approved the parole. Don't take it personally. Not like they ignored your input, but, well, you're not exactly going to be the most objective person after what he did to you and your wife, are you? Oh, our wife might be dead. We refresh just in case. Nope. Okay. Okay, let's just call people. Okay, I tried right-clicking instead of left-clicking. Nothing different happened. Alright, can we leave? Okay. Who are you? I can't look at you. Alright. Notice this cascade across the board. You dislike the way that they need to move all the time and believe that it reflects on the short attention span people have in this city. Too much screen time. Oh, it's just the news thing again. Nancy teaches typing. Why do we need a big titty typing GF? Our door leads to Cell's surgical lab. Seems to currently be occupied. Alright. Santiago and Preston's office. You don't mind Santiago, but aren't too keen on Preston. Everything he says or does seems to be a slavishly obedient attempt to stay in line with Central. Not even Central cares that much.
One of Central's fisheye cameras.
Less modified. We have a waiting room. Can we check surgery? They'll probably just yell at me if I can't.
Dr. Santiago must be working on something he doesn't want me seeing.
I mean, I do kind of... I can at least appreciate that these future cops need doctorates. Feels a little, oh, well, a lot better than, you know, modern police training procedure.
One of Central's fish...
Okay, I hope... I don't have any tape on me, do I? Oh, that was the data package, that's right.
They picked this guy up last night. He's got something in his wiring that might be contagious. I guess that means I'm safe, but still, poor kid.
Alright, what is this?
I can't open it here.
Okay. Maybe we can
Hey, kid.
open it in the office.
Hey, kid.
Okay. I'm guessing we're gonna need some way to interface with him or talk to him. Let me go back into my taped over office door. Or well, taped over camera office. Okay.
I trust Max, but I know Central would hear everything in Cell headquarters.
Okay, save that for later then, unless we can leave. There was another door. Oh, I guess we're just leaving. Oh, that's right, they mentioned the balcony garden, so let's go check that out. That's probably a little less surveilled, too. So we've got kind of an arcology thing going on, too. Cherry blossom tree?
When people worry, there's always something they find to help them. Drinking, the trance, even God sometimes. Me, I've got a place I like to go to. It's helped me when I've been troubled in the past.
I feel like you could have told me that earlier, but okay.
It took a lot of work to make, but it was worth it. This engineered tree is the kind of memorial I think she'd appreciate.
Oh yeah, his wife's totally dead.
The way out.
Search locker for gardening tools. Not even having to glance for a moment. Those words are etched in a memory deeper than anything else. Victor Regis, beloved wife, and friend to all that lives. 11th August 2034 to 2nd January 2067. Fuck, only 33. Think of us not as engineers, but as artists. You're fortunate to have gotten a garden this high up. The view is just about as clear, or just about clears the city as far as the skyscrapers, and on a good day, the Indian Ocean is visible from your bench. Where are we? I guess Oceania, judging by the thing.
It's empty.
Alright, we don't have any gardening tools. You're in the mood for a visit to that neighborhood. Down in that part of town, it's all restaurants and corporate headquarters.
I'm not climbing that. It's sickly enough as it is.
Fair enough. Tree's unusual constitution causes it to shed its leaves more often than a natural specimen. You diligently tend to the messes it makes as often as work allows. You're not in the mood for gardening. Better move it? That's where she ought to be. Okay, package?
There goes nothing.
Dr. Regis.
Yes?
Regis? Central's still giving us a negative on the aerostat. It's like it just vanished. So I thought I'd better give you a heads up.
Do you mind? I was in the middle of something. How did you find me?
Central told me you'd be here, at Fulcrum Tower. Also, it said, stop turning your traveler off.
What a surprise. I like my privacy, though. That's why I come here.
My man, you gotta get a Faraday cage.
Take a look at the plaque.
Viksha Regis, beloved... Oh, Regis, this is...
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Charlie, I didn't know.
You wouldn't have. I don't tell anyone about it.
Wow. I know you've got some seriously high-up strings you can pull, but I didn't think they'd ever let someone be buried up here. And how the hell can you afford somewhere like this?
She's not buried here, is she?
She isn't buried up here. She was processed, like anyone else.
I see.
The tree's special, though. I made it myself, from scratch.
Planted and grew?
No, made. It's a cross of Chrysophyllum canito and Prunus cerulata. The junk DNA in every cell of it contains her entire genome.
Oh.
Takes a lot of looking after.
But you're doing it for her.
Makes it all worth it.
Dental plan.
We were married for 4 years.
I'm sorry it couldn't last.
We met in our professions. She was a
You didn't have kids?
Engineer, okay.
My previous
Genetic
work.
engineer.
Well, it left both of us infertile. We
Oh.
had embryos prepared through IVF, but we never got to using them.
I'm really sorry. I remember reading... It was Baxter, wasn't it?
Don't push it, Dr. Lau.
Sorry.
Okay. Okay, that was the guy. Because we got the email about him.
You're right, though. This place is very expensive. Why do you think I live in a pod in the southeast barrel?
I didn't know that was where you lived either. I think I figured out why you went off the grid to come up here tonight. You heard about Baxter, didn't you?
They let a monster like that walk.
Oh, no.
Approve of what he did. He's out because he's got skills Central thought would be useful. With a governor jammed in his limbic system, well, he won't be the same man. He can't even imagine hurting anyone again.
Even if it were
Oh,
completely...
governor is in a device, not governor is in the person running a state.
On the bright side, he'd probably be pretty mad at you too.
Watch that malfunction.
Could have thoughts like that anymore without falling over and puking. You put him away, and that counts for something. I know it's not exactly normal for you to open up, but if you want someone to talk to,
Central wants us?
I'm afraid so. We better get going.
Great.
You coming?
I just need a moment to think, Max. A little privacy. It's why I came up here in the first place.
I understand, Charlie. I'll be in the car. I'll see how long I can stall Central.
Okay.
Max,
Yes?
nothing.
That's all right, Charlie. I understand. I'll be in the car.
Well, she's cool.
Can't ask for her help in this. I'm not even sure what this is yet.
You are alone, as requested?
Yes? Now what is this about?
1448D-A, 1448D-B, 1448D-C,
But no D.
1448D-E.
Excuse me?
Some glitches, you recognize the image. You know them, you've seen them before, but you hadn't remembered them by number. Evidence? Oh. Whoever's calling you has 4 embryo containers, your own.
What about them?
They were removed from the El Rasis Medical Center, originally deposited at 1615 on the 11th of November 2065. They have been fertilized by yourself and Dr. Viksha Regis. They were frozen at the earliest viable phase of growth. 3 are female, and 1 is male. They were deposited after your fertility treatment proved...
Stop! Why are you telling me this? Who are you? And what are you doing with my kid? My embryos?
You are about to meet with a contact, Giel Vanderwall. In his home is an active memory module, a most unique model.
So we're getting blackmailed.
Further instructions will follow.
What if I refuse?
And what if I don't? That image could be a sim.
Apparently, you need more incentive not to waste my time.
He's gonna smash one. Well, that's fucked.
1 is gone. 3 remain. Do it quickly. Your legacy is in jeopardy.
I conflict brews in your mind and in your heart. Giving into blackmail like this would be the antithesis of everything you stand for, both as an agent of the law and as a human being. On the other hand, you cannot bring yourself to risk a small part of the legacy that you worked for so many years to maintain.
The lives of our children? I think I can accept that.
This is definitely taking turns I was not expecting.
So, despite the incident at Animus, I may have some good news. We might have a break in that string of mindjackings.
Oh?
Vanderwall agreed to talk.
Yeah. How'd you guess?
He couldn't hold out forever. What did he say?
Didn't want to talk over the...
That was a pretty clean cover of your thing.
Dr. Regis, Dr. Lau.
This isn't just a social call for an update, is it, Central?
Dr. Regis.
Tends not to be.
You have spent a great deal of your time off network. It is for your safety and that of the
Oh,
citizens.
fuck off.
Central?
All points bulletin. Evacuation in progress at Barber's Gate Transit Station. Case officers Regis and Lau assigned to crisis management.
What's happening at the...
All case data has been transferred to Dr. Lau. Your vehicle has been rerouted. Please seek an expedient resolution to the situation. Central out.
Well, fuck that.
Business-like as ever. Let's go see what this is about.
Over to Barber's Gate Station. Okay.
He doesn't look like he's coping well with this.
Hey, don't be so mean about the corpsemen. They're what keeps Cell running.
I'd be a lot more
I guess they're supposed to be the beat cops.
pulling their strings the whole time.
Okay. Even the drones were able to evacuate commuters from the station.
Advertising. It's all...
It looks a lot more impressive if you're wired,
It's all
though.
the same crap. Gotcha. Alright. Oh, so the being wired
advertising.
It
runs
looks a lot more...
ARG stuff too. Okay. So adverts.
I always make...
They're all the...
No, they're not.
Okay, I guess. Oh, there's a
Sure
mess.
looks like everyone evacuated in our... Nah, that's a job for the corpsemen.
Oh, I guess we should talk to him and see what's up.
Over here.
I'm Dr. Regis. This is Dr. Lau. We've been assigned as crisis management.
Corpseman Durian, 4th Network.
Has it gotten any worse?
Okay.
Not yet, but we've not heard any word since...
Hey, I'm the only one here who hasn't got wiring in his head. Central hasn't had the decency to update me.
Oh, sorry, Charlie.
Well, it's another one, sir.
Another what?
A, bomber.
Oh. Another one.
Another one.
This is like the 4th this year I know of. Central's been doing its best to keep public awareness down.
I guess it doesn't want public panic about it.
Or it doesn't want people to think we haven't got it under control. So
There's probably more of the latter.
I talk to people? I've got a social life, unlike someone.
Central marked him when he tripped a chroma sensor. Central locked down the trains and started an evacuation. It looks like he panicked and holed up in one of them.
Great. Any hostages?
anyone in danger? Any hostages?
Central's not mentioned any in the case file. That either means there aren't any.
Or it doesn't consider them sufficiently important. Probably wants the transit running again more than it cares about human life.
Sounds
It's almost
he's
like Central's a metaphor for
never had to
something.
take any.
He's not thinking in terms of hostages. He was made as a weapon.
Regis?
He's a biobomber.
Oh.
Explosives are made of... They are his bones. That's how he tripped a DNA sensor.
Ah. What do you think, Max?
What's your take on it, Dr. Lau?
Honestly, it's looking pretty lousy for him. Doesn't look like he's got any human shields. I doubt an empty transit station was his intended target either.
Very astute.
Charlie, you're not gonna like this. Central's just bumped the priority. It wants the suspect neutralized.
What?
Alright, I'm gonna try and talk him down.
Neutralized is a vague term. I'm gonna try to talk him down.
Regis?
It sounds like he's hesitating. I may be able to exploit that. But
Okay.
just in case, get to high ground.
Fine. You probably know what you're doing.
The signal is hope. Don't fire until you hear me say it.
Alright. So don't use the word hope until we have a bad time.
Check for bystanders in the station. We can't afford casualties if this goes wrong.
Will Central approve of this?
Central can lick my nuts. I'm busy.
Good luck.
Alright.
Hello? Who's there? I just want to talk. I'm unarmed, and I'm opening the doors.
I thought he was gonna let me save before this. Huh?
Heathen.
Oh. Are we gonna have some religious associations too? Sight is distressingly familiar. The brace, the weakened bones, signs of tampering in a young man that brings back memories long buried. Seems that the best hope would be to leverage what you know about him. Try to find some common ground. I don't know anything about them. We're looking for common ground. You sound American.
You sound like you're from America. Am I right? Texas, I'd guess.
Yes, you're right.
I
Doesn't
thought
sound
so.
that Texan.
I grew up there myself, near Fort Worth. What part do you hail from?
Houston.
I can remember what it's like out there. It's part of why I came here in the first place. I'm Dr.
He sounds Texan.
Some
A little
folk call
bit.
me Charlie.
Thomas Beckett.
Like the saint. Nice to meet you all, Thomas.
Alright. Tell me what's happened.
So, how do you like the city?
It's a wretched den of sin, like Sodom or Gomorrah.
Well, it's not my favorite, but I wouldn't go that far. I take it you're not here as a tourist.
I'm here to do my duty and strike a blow for the Lord.
Really?
Oh.
We're a long way out from the war here. Whole other continent, in fact.
Yes, I know. But now I'm surrounded, and I must make use of what I have.
How about that?
Within me.
I feel like getting... I don't want to get too chatty the whole time. Oh.
You don't look well. It's a common side effect of sloppy prenatal genetic engineering. That and having your body lay explosive nitrates in your bones and
Wait, they're engineered from birth for that? That's messed up.
shows just how little the engineers who made you cared about your health. They made you to walk and to carry a bomb in your bones.
Though my body is weak, my spirit is stronger than ever.
Oh. Okay, she's getting set up. Still got time.
Regis, I'm in position. Visibility good, 0 crosswind. Standing by.
There have been times when I've lost faith, but I can't let this be one of them.
Alright. Oh. You're trying to work out your next move.
You're thinking. You're wondering what you can do next.
I can always sacrifice myself.
But all that'll do is wreck a train, and maybe kill one cell agent. There are other options. You just need to know that they are available.
Alright. Oh.
You've been used, manipulated. Your genes were altered before you were even born. You never had a choice.
It's a test of my faith.
Your parents probably didn't have a choice either. If they didn't agree to do
Yeah,
it...
it definitely sounds like a cult.
Well, I know that warlords can find even worse ways to persuade people.
Oh, I think we're making some progress here. Oh.
You know why I'm in here?
As a spout for Babylon's lies?
I'm here to prevent a waste of life. If it was up to Central, a select team would have you shot down already. I'm here because I care, because I don't want anyone to die. All life is valuable.
I'm hoping this doesn't go as badly as my sales negotiations in a Golden Wake.
I know how you feel about your mission, but it'd still be a waste if your life was ended, simply because Central got jumpy over what you might do. I'd rather see the positive potential. You might come with me and go on to live a rewarding life.
But if I agreed to go with you, I'd have failed in my duty. I'd just be a prisoner in a strange land.
For the Lord hears the needy and does not despise his own people who are prisoners.
So it is Krishna Fash.
Verse 33.
You're right. Wherever I am, I'm always in the Lord's sight.
There are more ways to do his work than destruction. We can help you find it. We can probably even fix your bones.
All right. I shall not.
We got him.
Thomas, you've made a wise choice. More importantly, you've made it for yourself.
All right.
Corpse.
I don't get an achievement for that?
Surrendered. Take him into custody. Carefully.
Yes, Doctor.
Regis, that was amazing. Central's going to be pissed, though.
Central could fuck off.
Screw Central. Come on. We've got work to do. The corpsemen can handle it here.
Yeah, with a little help from the bomb squad.